What is up, gang? We are back on Project Quarm on the Ranger Fappy, level 25 now. We are in Everfrost. As you can see, we got the mammoths. They're not being camped, but unfortunately, I think they're not being camped for a reason. Now, let's get straight into it. But I think that reason being, I don't think they dropped the tusks anymore, so it's not like that big of a deal to come all the way out here to kill them. So we will fear kite them a bit. We don't want him to run that way because Tundra Jack likes to hang out over there, and apparently he'll take him out. Also, my fear doesn't seem to last very long. Sometimes it does. It's all RNG, I'm sure, but it breaks kind of a lot. So we'll get this one down. We'll see if we can get tusks to drop. I was talking to Throbbit, and they definitely used to drop on this server, but we're thinking that it may have been something that was nerfed. See if Tundra Jack's over there. He's not at the moment, but he seems to come frequently. I resisted my flame lick, so let's try to get another one on him. Not gonna happen, I see. There we go. Alright, my snare wore off. I'll get him with another one. Unless he resists it. Unless he resists it again and then fear breaks. Totally dope. Okay. But as you can see, this is quite mana intensive too. Like, now they're not all gonna go like this, but we started at 100% mana and we are now at 64%. Flame lick lore off already. It's okay, we'll just leave it off. It's practically free, but we kind of blew a lot of mana on this guy. So I do think they're giving me 2% though. You can see we're at 12% into the level right now. And we'll see where we get with this kill. I do need to take time and level some skills up on this guy, including two-hand. Wow, that gave me 3%. Holy crap. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got tusks, so they still drop. But I've killed, I think that was like my 7th one. So let's report that. Okay, so let's get ourselves another mammoth. I also got hide, so I'm trying to level that up while just walking around. Okay. They resisted. And they sell for, yeah, they sell for 10 platinum, so even if they're pretty rare, but they drop, it's still a ton of money. And I'm playing this pretty loose because there are orcs that are walking around here, shamans, and they'll aggro on you even if they're green. And they're just like a nuisance. They run at like 50%. and they have sows on. It's just, they're just kind of a nuisance. And then there's Tundra Jack who likes to be like right here, who will KS you. And every time you see he's right there with his pet. Every time you fear these things, they run straight for where Tundra Jack likes to hang out. See? Like, so I mean we could get KS at any point. We'll probably break this fear here though. Or it won't. I resisted the ignite. Cool. Well, let's see if we get resisted, or if we get KS'd right here. Alright, we managed not to, so that's good. I've ran out of arrows also at this point. So, I did see in the patch notes... Oh, Jesus. That, see, let's try to, like, dictate where he fears. So let's look, if I look this direction, he still runs... Okay, that's not bad. Anyways, I saw that arrows are going to stack in stacks of 80 now. So that's pretty cool. That'll be super helpful because you just blow through them so freaking fast. It's unbelievable. You only get really like 6 slots in your quiver, and you can blow through all 6 of those stacks in like 6 or 7 mobs. It's crazy. And then yeah, you can fill your bags up with arrows too, but it's just kind of annoying. So it's actually a really cool change that I'm down for. And these mammoths are probably pretty annoying. They make a lot of noise when you're fighting them. So we don't have to stand here and do this for too long. I'll probably continue to do it, especially since I got a mammoth tusk finally. I got, well, 15% into my level before I got 1 tusk. But that's RNG, so this is the rib bone. It's like a quest item or something. Probably be nice if I had some arrows or something. I could probably stop by Hallis and find someone selling arrows over there. But for now, this works. I actually just realized that it's daylight savings time tonight. And I have to wake up at 3 a.m. already. And then I'm losing an hour. I gotta go to work. I gotta be at work at 4 a.m. So I gotta wake up at 3 a.m. And we're losing an hour. So at 2 a.m. it's gonna move it to 3 a.m. So I gotta wake up basically at 2 a.m. That's so brutal. I don't know how I'm gonna get to sleep. But what I'm getting at is I don't have that much time to play tonight anyways. I just got home from work for today. So I did want to check these guys out, and I'll put in some time. That last mammoth, it gave me 2%. We got to 17%. So we'll see how much we get on this one. I gotta imagine we're gonna have to snare him again. Is this still the first snare? Yeah, there he goes. Probably just save the mana and not snare him. So we struck out there again. Maybe we'll do one more. Let's see, we got one near us. There we go. Got a calf there too. Oh. So we have a druid here now who's using a calf as a pet. And he's fighting the woolly mammoth. At least it seems. Is that what's happening? Yeah, something along those lines. Well, here's another one. So these are those orcs. That one's a mountaineer, which I don't honestly know what that means. Probably something like a ranger? I don't know. I don't know, I didn't just fear him. Forgot about that. So, what we've determined are that the mammoths are quite nerfed when it comes to tusk drops. I believe on like P99, it's like every other mammoth. It's a common drop. It's listed as a common drop. I think it's like every other kill you get one. Which, I mean, it does seem too good. But at the same time, the sisters drop swords that are worth 10 plat. Every time, guaranteed. But I guess there's not like... When it comes to mammoths, there's a bunch of them. I don't know. You know, there's good changes, and then there's changes that you want to feel bad about, but it's probably a good change. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. There's only so many mammoths, you know. Only like one person can really do this at a time, maybe 2 or 1.5. So maybe it's not a good change. I don't know. It was probably interesting when the spawn rates were increased early on. If you're over here and they're just like respawning like crazy and you're just mass murdering them. That would be interesting. So that last one gave us 3% again, right? So it's giving us 2 point something. It looks like maybe 2.3, 2.4%, maybe 2.4%. So they are actually pretty good XP. We busted out a quick 20% here. So I don't think it's bad. I think it's pretty good, actually. And we strike out again. So I think that's... We've gotten 1 in 22% XP. That's like 1 in... I want to say we killed about 10. Maybe 9. I didn't really keep track. But anyways, so that's what we're looking at. This is kind of what we're doing. We're out in Everfrost Peaks. And looks like what happened here. Oh, did I leave that one? I probably left that one. So it does look like we have competition now, though. We have this other druid that's here that's killing him. So we'll see how that goes. I need to med up, really. So I'm going to stand over here where I don't get shaman stuff kind of aggro. I'm going to med up. I'm going to see if I can keep at this or if I'm going to be fighting this druid for spawns the whole time. And I'll see if it's worth it to stay or not. and then we'll check back in a bit. All right, what's up, guys? We are over in South Karana. We are at the Hermit's shack, or whatever. One thing I will point out is you have this never-ending music playing, but what I did find out is that the slider actually works. So I can go up, and you could turn it off. I'm definitely going to turn it off so you guys don't get driven insane. But I think originally on Quarm launch it didn't work, the slider. But it does work now. So we're at the Hermit, and in case you don't know about the Hermit, he's in South Karana. He has no faction, he's level 20, he's a ranger. He just spawned. So if you have a spell or a range attack, you could just slash target the Hermit and pull him out with a spell. Because this door doesn't open. Now, he is super easy. He just has normal ranger spells like root, you know, some fire damage or nukes. He's got like a 1 damage thorns on, as do I. But the main purpose for him is that he spawns every 2 minutes. So you can just kind of dad camp him. Not dad camp him in the sense that you have to kill him every 2 minutes. I mean, you don't have to, but you're intended on killing him every 2 minutes if you're at this camp. But it is a dad camp in the sense of you could totally just... He's so easy. I mean, this is actually... I don't get down this far that often. Mostly he'll get me down to about 70 maybe. But then you have 2 minutes to med. So you just toss yourself a couple heals and then you sit down. And you're back at 100 and 100 by the time he spawns again. I do snare him because I don't want him to be resisted. Because I don't want him to run. Now on P99, we did this on the monk on P99. There is like a cyclops that'll pat through here. And like a high level null, like a red null. Red to us at this level will pat through here. I don't know if that happens on this server. I haven't seen him. But I haven't been here on this server really. So if any of you know, maybe put it in the comments. Or we'll find out at some point, maybe. But if you AFK here long enough on P99, they will eventually pat through and kill you. He does drop random stuff like blood, whatever. He drops this Words of Karana sheet 1 every time. And he drops a flute every once in a while, like quest items or something. But what I then do is I just toss myself a few heals. And then I sit down for 2 minutes. Which is pretty perfect. It's a nice little thing, and then you could just watch 2 minutes of YouTube or whatever you want to do. And you can even watch it while you're fighting or whatever. So we were at the mammoths, right? And we stayed there for a little while. We did end up getting more of the mammoth tusks. We went on a little luck streak where we got, I would say like 3 tusks in 5 mobs, which really kind of basically doubled. Because we only had 3. By the time we were at like 30% into the level, we only had like 3. And then I killed like 5 more, and I got 3 out of that. So, I don't know. That made it feel a little bit better, but it was still not what it used to be. Oh, this Hermit did drop a fine steel sword earlier. Where'd that go? Yeah, he dropped that fine steel sword. I don't know if he ever does that on P99, to be honest. I'm not sure. I don't recall him dropping anything like that. So he is level 20. I am level 25. He's dark blue to me always. I'm not sure when he will turn light blue, but if you don't have a spell or something, because we were killing him on the monk, there's a command. What is it? / let's target him. I forget what it is. What is it? / say, I have come to kill you? Or something like that? Yeah, okay. So, you could also just type that, and it'll pull him out of the house. Like so. So if you're a melee and you can't get to him, that's how you do it. He looks like a monk himself. He does cast like the world's babiest heals at usually when he gets down to 50%. They only do like 2% of his health. He'll only cast like it seems to always cast one at like 50%. We'll see here. And then he may cast like another 1 or 2 throughout the rest of his life, but you do more damage than that while he's casting it. And he doesn't chain cast or anything. He does root you sometimes, which could be annoying if you're melee. Or if you don't have a snare of any kind. So see, 50%, he casts 1. You don't even see him move his life. And then there you go, he's gonna root me. But what I will do is snare him. I resisted it. So as you can see, my health did a lot better this time. I'm at 75%, and he's gonna run here in a second. So I did a lot better this time. I don't know, it's just the RNG of last time. Another thing is, if you want to like super min-max and not dad camp as much, you can get your macro ready to target him and do whatever. And you can pull him before he buffs himself and stuff, because you can see the second he spawns, he's buffing himself. So he's gonna get 1 buff off for sure. And I think it's like thorns on here. Here's that flute that he drops sometimes. It's just a quest item, cracked flute. So he will buff himself like 1, but if you sit there and leave him to buff himself, he'll toss a few of them on himself, which could, you know, delay things. But it's really nothing. It's just like shitty level 20 ranger, whatever, buffs. So I've been getting about 2% a kill. I'm up to 71% now. So you can kind of do the math there. You kill him every 2 minutes. I'm getting slightly over 2%. I'm getting like 2.2% a kill. So naturally you need to kill him about 50 times, slightly less, to level. And 50 times 2 minutes is 100 minutes. So you're looking at 1 hour and 40 minutes, plus the time it takes to actually kill him. So you're looking at about 2 hours a level, maybe slightly less, depending on how fast you kill him, and depending on like that little bit of extra that it's giving. And then that's at level 25. He's level 20, so I mean you could start killing him at level 21 or whatever level you want to kill him at. You can kill him when he's yellow if you want. Do whatever you want, but at level 25, killing a level 20, you're looking at roughly like 2 hours, depending. Now again, those mobs I walk through here, not sure if they come through, so once again, do tell. I've heard of people like getting on the roof and doing some stuff. You can kind of see out of here. To like try to avoid things. You can kind of see him. You see he's buffing right there. You can see him in there. Not too exciting of a camp, not gonna lie. But it's like a really unique camp because you don't have to move. You get a mob every 2 minutes. Always level 20. He's a pretty weak mob. He's like pretty dang weak, as you can see here. We've almost got him down 30%. He's got us down 5. Well, now he hit me pretty good there, but as you can see, it's really easy. And look at this today. Look on my track. Look at all these dark blue mobs. And maybe it's because did I get a level? I think I got 1 level. But when Sendrith and I were here, we could not find a blue mob to like. We could, but the blue mobs were like, we were running around the zone looking for blue mobs. Whereas I can see like 10 of them right here from this distance. It's just a different day. I think we were playing at like 6 in the morning Pacific time though. But I think it was a weekend, so that's the difference, I guess. But there was much less people. There was only like 600 people on when we were on. Oh, shoot. Here I am talking. I forgot to snare him. So potentially he could root you and then run. So that's something to keep in mind. So we didn't do mammoths for that long. A little bit unfortunate. We had that session. I paused the video to get some XP and to check back in later. And what ended up happening was, I don't know how much I said. It's actually been a couple days since I did that first part of the video, but a couple of druids came along. And there was 2 druids also killing them, but then they're not just killing the mammoths, but they're also charming a mammoth as well. So they're each taking 1 mammoth off the table by charming it, and then they can kill with ease as they have a mammoth, you know. And so it just really dried it up immediately. So then I logged out, but then I came back another time, and I logged in and I looked, and there was no mammoths on track. And so I looked around, and then a mammoth popped up on track, and it was somebody's pet. So there was druids there again. So I logged out again there, and I went and did other things. And then the next day I checked in again. I log in, and there was druids there. So then I logged out for a while, and then I logged in again today. And I went in, and there was no, the mammoths were on track. So I was like, great, I'm gonna kill some mammoths. So I did. So today I did kill probably about 10 mammoths. And around 5 mammoths in, a druid shows up, charms a mammoth, and starts killing mammoths. And then it just got to a point to where you're just running in circles looking for a mammoth, hoping to get a mammoth. Meanwhile, like 2 mammoths, a druid always has like a mammoth as a pet and whatever. So, you know, I don't know. The issue with some of these camps when the server's really popping is that I like a camp like this. This is the Hermit camp. You sit here, you kill a Hermit. I do kind of like that. I like moving around as well, but what I've found is it's kind of hard sometimes, like that, or like the gargoyles in Ocean of Tears. You're on an island and you're running around killing gargoyles. It's nice, but what tends to happen with those camps is that somebody at any point can just come up and start. Oh shit, he's got a 2-hander. Let's see if he busts me up. At that point, anybody can come and start killing your mobs, and they will. So you lose your camp. When you're in a situation like this where I have the Hermit, most likely, unless you're dickbag scholar, somebody's not just gonna show up and take your camp, right? They're gonna show up, they're gonna see it's camped, and they're gonna move on. They might have some, you know, discussion with you, like, oh, are you gonna leave soon or whatever, and you can like work it out. But this guy's even weaker. I'm at 96%. Let's go. And so you can lock the camp down is what I'm getting at. So when you're killing mammoths or gargoyles or what have you, you can't really lock it down, and it almost always becomes not worth it to me. Now, obviously, it's worth it to those druids because they come in, they see you're killing stuff, and they're just like, I don't care, I'm just gonna kill whatever scraps I can get. But then it turns into they're getting scraps and I'm getting scraps. And in the other day's case, there was 2 druids. So all 3 of us are getting scraps, and it's like, who's winning here? This sucks, you know? And maybe it's their goal, but you just, I just end up leaving. I'm just like, this isn't worth it to me. He ended up jacking me up pretty good at the end. I'm down to 65%. But again, some people are down for that. But I'm not really. At this camp, it's interesting because you're only killing one mob. You're only camping one mob, but you're guaranteed a mob every 2 minutes. It's kind of unique in that way. It's kind of nice. And the XP isn't bad. For being 5 levels higher than the mob, I'm still getting 2%. I only got 1% on that one. That's interesting. That's interesting. But it's been 2%. We'll see it here, and you've probably seen it on the previous kills. So that's just personal preference. I don't really like the open world mobs, even though I'm a ranger, and that's kind of like my specialty. Because you can beat other people there. Obviously not druids, they also have track. But it is what it is. Mammoths are good. Mammoths are good. But they did nerf them a little bit, so I'm not too sad about missing out on them. Now these sell for 10 platinum each. They only fit in giant bags. That's one thing to note. Which I only have the one giant bag. Is this fletching kit giant as well? No, it's large. So I could only carry whatever this is, 10 of them anyways. But, you know, it's 60 plat right there. It's not bad. Nothing crazy. Now this guy, he doesn't really drop money at all. And there's another aspect to it that like on P99, maybe I'm wrong here, but on P99 I just don't remember I don't think he drops anything except for those quest items, and I might be wrong on there. But here he's dropped fine steel twice now, so that's cool. Maybe that's normal. Anyways, yes, just my preference. I like camps that you can lock down and not lose, or not have other people kind of come and take your stuff, or not take your stuff, but share your stuff, whatever, however you want to. It's not your stuff, I guess, but you know what I mean. This is nice. And we're gonna finish up our level here. We're at 74% in, so we're gonna finish up pretty quick here. See, the Hermit's back up already. Let's get him out here. And you can see I'm at 98 and 98. Oh, he's got another two-hander. Let's go. He's bringing some cash. This isn't bad. I mean, if you get fine steel, like, that's not bad at all. So I am going on a trip. I'm going to Chicago. So by the time you see this video, I will either be there or be on my way there. And I'm going for like 5 or 6 days. So what I've tried to do is to get a couple videos to put out. I usually don't put out videos on the weekend. I like to put out videos when people are working. I think a majority of the viewers, you know, kind of listen to the video while they're at work or something like that. I think that's a normal thing. I do that a lot. I watch a lot of EverQuest videos, and majority of it, not all of it, I do watch it at home where I can actually visually watch it the whole time and listen while I play. I'll have 2 monitors and I'll do that thing. But a lot of the time when I'm at work, I'll have an earbud in and I'll listen to some of the longer ones. So I like to put the episodes out on the weekdays. So this will probably come out at the end of the week, and then I'll be gone over the weekend. And then I'm going to try to have another thing in the clip. Oh, shoot. Another video in the clip that I can shoot. There we go. I'm talking and I'm not like snaring him. I'm not re-dotting him or anything. Not buffing myself either. But I'll try to have another video in the clip to come out on Monday because I will still be gone. So hopefully that works out. If it doesn't, sorry. All right. So we got another piece of fine steel. So what we want to do here is buff ourselves up. So we might be a little lower on resources temporarily, since we're doing a full buff. But again, the thing is, he doesn't aggro, so you could just sit here and med up if you have to. If you can't kill him every 3 minutes at first, maybe you're level 20 and you're doing this, or you're level 21 and you're doing this, and you just need, you know, every 3 or 4 rounds, you just need to sit for 2 extra minutes. The beauty is you can. You're not losing a split. You're not losing any of that kind of stuff. So that's pretty unique in its own way as well. You're getting a mob every 2 minutes, but you're not having to split anything or do any of that. You're not losing faction of any kind and stuff like that. So we'll kill one more here, and then we'll give it a good old-fashioned pause while I work my way towards my level. We need 24% more. So it's not too bad. I mean, honestly, I should be around 12 kills, which should be around 24 minutes plus kill time, probably about a half an hour or so. But we'll go ahead and pause it for like 10-15%, and then we'll finish out the level. Secrets was on Drama Quest again, Zaid's podcast. Secrets was over there again. I don't know how many of you, probably not too many of you, watched that 3-hour video that I put out recently of the dueling tournament over on the other server, Reign of Thule. Oh shoot, I targeted the corpse? Crap. That was a really cool dueling tournament. It was quite long. It was like, it kind of took my whole day. Editing that video was an absolute beast. Holy crap. It was a lot of footage, and there was a lot of duels. I mean, less than you would think. I can't imagine if it gets more popular and there's all the classes and there's maybe another handful each class. Holy moly, that's gonna have to go over 2 days maybe. It's gonna have to be like, maybe, you know, I don't know. Yeah, half and half. Like half the classes one day, half the other classes the other day. I don't know. It'd be like insane. But it took me 2 days to edit that video, if you believe it or not. And all I'm really doing is cutting out dead time, making the pausing transitions smoother, adding music, which, by the way, Plains of Power music is the one I chose to use, since that's, you know, we were in the Bazaar in the plane. Well, I mean, actually, that's Luckland, but I just chose because it's like, you know, I don't know. It seemed more battle-y, you know. Some of the Plains music is kind of intense, but what came along with that was, that's the wrong one, is at some point, like especially Bastion of Thunder, holy crap, it just gets so loud out of nowhere. Like I turned the music down 30 decibels baseline, and then still, like, you'd get to like Bastion of Thunder and then it would just be like like super loud. I was like, holy crap. Oh, come on, man. I swear I snared this dude. Thought I did. Not good at multitasking, obviously. Took me a year to figure that out. Just kidding. Yeah, I'm not sure. Probably not too many of you watched that. It was really, really long. But some decent fights there. I did put chapters in there if anybody is curious about a specific class. I put chapters there, so you could either go in the description and just click on the link, or if you just hover the mouse over the progress bar, it'll show you the different classes, and you can just watch a certain class that you may or may not be interested in. It was a good time, though. They have a lot of passionate fans, I would say. I get a lot of comments from the guys who play over there, and they're enjoying themselves, so that's good. It's another option for people if they want to PvP and stuff like that, so that's really cool. I'm just happy there's options out there. They seem like they're doing good things. A lot of people are happy with what they're doing and all that, so that's always good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just kill for a little while, and then I'll unpause it. We'll finish off this level And probably about like 13%. All right, so we are at 91%. We're gonna finish off this level. I am in Discord with the mage. Just FYI. May or may not talk. I don't necessarily announce that I'm recording videos. So, I mean in Discord if I end up popping in with somebody. So I think I got lost on my train of thought earlier. I was mentioning that Secrets was on Zaid's drama quest. So they're just talking about emulated EverQuest servers in general. Some of the old ones, some of the current ones. Quarm, TACP, stuff like that. So it's a pretty good listen. I feel like this is pretty fast leveling. Like at first it didn't sound like it was that fast, but I think it's pretty fast. Maybe especially for like a ranger soloing. Some of those mammoths were pretty high level, so a lot of them were dark blue, but I did run into the occasional yellow and white, which was fine because we were able to fear them. I did have to med when I'm fighting them though, but sometimes they would give up to 3% each. Like if,
doing your laundry trip.
If I'm killing yellows and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh,
When you leave,
he must have. I must have not snared him. At 11 tomorrow p.m.
Oh shit! 11 p.m.
Yeah, it's a red eye.
So you work tomorrow?
No.
Nice. I assume you're probably folding your laundry right now. That's why.
Yeah. We'll go with that. But I do like these camps. Not only do I feel like it's fast, but I do like these camps because it enables me to just watch TV and stuff. A lot of media, watch YouTube. Like I've mentioned, I do like to watch other EverQuest videos and stuff like that. So I can glance over while I med up for like 2 seconds here. When I was fighting the mammoths, I did have to med. Like I would say like every like 3 or 4 mammoths. Even though I'm fearing, I'm using a lot of mana. My life wasn't too big of a deal. But I would toss a couple heals and then I would sit and med. But you would have to do that every like 3 or 4 mammoths. They are probably higher level. Like I said, some of them gave up to 3%. I just feel like this is like much faster and more consistent than the mammoths were. But the mammoths do drop those tusks occasionally, which are worth 10 plat. They're not a bad camp. It's a good little spot if you can get it to yourself. Or maybe if you had a duo there and you were both killing everything, I think that would be fine. But this is also a really, really good spot. This is oftentimes camped as well. But I am watching some shows right now. Constellation, anybody? It's a pretty good show.
You're on the same flight as Jason, right? It's kind of a stupid question.
It's definitely a mind.
You guys have plans for any there?
A mind fuck, I guess. And watching Shogun, which is really good. Shogun's really good as well. Just, you know, hang out, drink, hang out some more, go to a Blackhawks game. I think the Kings are in town. Live in LA, so LA Kings.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, so we'll do that. I've never been to the, what is that? Is that American Airlines Arena? Maybe. But it's, you know, where the Bulls play as well. So I get in there and see all the Bulls championship banners and stuff.
Oh yeah, cool.
That'll be fun. Oh, another two-hander. Don't mind if I do. But it's St. Patrick's Day this weekend, so they do. Chicago celebrates pretty hard, and they like dye the river in town. And they dye the river green.
Oh yeah, cool.
Do a bunch of stuff, yeah.
And the rivers ran green.
With leprechaun blood.
With algae. Or food coloring dye.
And all the fish died.
Yeah. People wanted to get drunk, so they mistakenly killed all the fish.
Yeah. Boston or the Chicago Green Tea Party.
Yeah. This is like something obvious, like, well, I didn't know it was gonna happen, you know? We just poured poison in the water.
Constellation is one of those shows though where you gotta watch like YouTube breakdowns because man, there's so much going on and it is crazy. You actually want to watch Constellation not while you're playing EverQuest. Really good show. So much is going on. Shogun's also good. A lot of people like to compare things to Game of Thrones, usually unlawfully, but or unworthy. But Shogun, there's some comparisons to like Game of Thrones-esque stuff, but set in a different time. And oh my, just like that? What happened? Oh, I'm snared. Okay. Let's finish. Oh man, I gotta get this thing going. I'm so lazy that I haven't figured out the auto stack thing. I've got to figure that out. Oh, he's got a two-hander again. Give me the money. I'm so overweight. I'm 31 pounds overweight. I mean, I guess that's okay. But we're just gonna get more and more and more because I have to put the tusks in the weight reduction box. And my other bags of weight reduction. I'm sure if I move stuff around, it's fine. Delete some copper, whatever. Sorry, I had to do a cut there. There was just a long story. And I didn't tell him I was recording, like I mentioned earlier, so that's on me. Hey guys, somebody's selling monostone for 3.5k. I knew there was a reason that I carry 3.5k on me when I go to Southern Karana. The level like 20-ish zone. Just kidding. Alright, the snare landed this time. I'm paying attention, for the most part. Again, not the craziest. I mean, we got rid of the storm, so that's, I guess, cool. Not the craziest of camps. Entertainment-wise, it's more of just like a chill camp. And most of you probably know about this, I'm sure. It's pretty well known. There's another hermit, though. This other hermit is, I think, called, like, the friendly hermit. But friendly is in, like, quotation marks. Where he's in just right next door in Lake Wraithtier. And he's, like, in this, like, very corner of the map. And it's the same kind of situation. I don't think he spawns every 2 minutes, though. It's like, we killed him a little bit on the Necro on this server. But we got there a little bit late. By the time I found out about that hermit I wasn't familiar with. But that was kind of like a act of desperatism. Because at the time, the server was still new. And there was like an XP bonus going on. And it was just pretty nutty at the time. That was when there was like damn near 2,000 people on the server at all times. Or during peak hours, which is when I play. So that was a little bit crazy. But he you know, that is more of a dad camp. Because it's one mob, and I think he spawns like every 6 minutes, 40 seconds, so it's not too bad. I can't remember what level he is, but he's called a friendly hermit. You can find him on P99 and all that. But again, kind of the same thing. It doesn't really drop much. Did we loot that sword? We did, huh? It doesn't really drop too much, but it was good. So we discussed some deets about the Chicago trip. That's kind of what we have in mind. Chicago throws parties for St. Patrick's Day. Any of you all from Chicago area? You could probably drop something in the comments. Tell me what to do. My friend lives there now. He's from California, but he's been living there for a long time now, pretty much since college. And he still comes here 3 times a year-ish. And I apparently go there once every 10 years. So, pretty even trade. Nah, but, you know, everybody, his family and friends were all here, and so he has reasons to come here for holidays and etc. So let's see. We're in mid-March now. Any kind of EverQuest news? We're still waiting on the TLP 25th anniversary server. I do want to know more about that. I'm wondering how it'll affect this server. I think, you know, a lot of people are here for a reason because they don't want to play TLPs, or, you know, TLPs has a lot of botting, has a lot of stuff, you know, that I feel like they crack down on better on these private servers than they do on the official servers. Now, a lot of that is probably money, kind of incentive, because if they cancel botters, they cancel monthly subscriptions, which they're buying with Chrono anyway, so maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it does because they're stimulating the economy. Like, casuals are buying Chronos and paying the farmers and the botters. I don't know. This guy's kind of beating me up. He's just not going down. Oh man. Like every other mob, I forget to do that. But there was that like big plat dupe that happened recently, which they didn't really do anything about for a while, so that kind of plagues the servers and the future servers. But if you're not too caught up in Chrono and money and stuff, I guess it won't affect you too much. But I'm always caught up in... Did I really just do that? I did. Cool. We dotted ourselves. I can't talk and play EverQuest at the same time, apparently. What is going on? I got a lot on my mind. About to leave town and everything, but... EverQuest doesn't stop. I do have a laptop, but I don't have EverQuest installed on it. But I am going to be bringing it. I don't think I'm going to have too much time for that, but I'll at least be able to go on there and when there's some downtime, or, you know, pop it up, throw in some headphones, and maybe watch some videos, reply to comments and stuff like that. So that'll be good. But I'm curious with the new TLP how it'll affect the population of this server and other servers. You could visibly see P99 take a hit, like pre-Quarm launch. You could see P99 taking a little bit of a hit, like when a new TLP would come out. It would dip for a bit. Ultimately, it would recover. But you would see it. And this will be the first TLP launch since Quarm came out. Quarm's already in a dip. Because, you know, pretty much waiting for Kunark. A lot of people are waiting for Kunark. A lot of people are probably raid logging at this point. The honeymoon phase is over. All of these things. Now, we do have mule accounts, but they have said that the mule accounts do not affect the population at all. So that's good to know. In game you'll see them, but on the server login screen, it's not affecting that. So we could always go back to mammoths still. I ran here from the mammoths. I didn't get a port or anything. We could always run back there. I need to sell off though. My bags are full and I'm getting fine steel and stuff. I can go right over to the Aviac village and sell off though. We can go to Kinos and bank. We could also sell off there if we wanted to. So we don't have to go back to town. We could stay out this way. And when I say go back to town, I mean the tunnel. And we can give the mammoths another shot. They'll definitely be easier as we get a couple levels. They do seem to have a lot of life. I do want to get in a dungeon group though. I do want to get a Mistmore group going, and we're a long ways from Mistmore. We are on the wrong continent and nowhere near the boat. We're gonna go ahead and snare here. I want to get on the Necro and do some cool stuff. The Mage is now, he's level 49, so he's getting there. He's got his final spells and stuff, so we could start doing cool stuff. Now, obviously, I'm going out of town and stuff, so that's not going to happen within the next week, but by the time I get back, I imagine he'll be 60 or 50, and hopefully we'll do something cool. Go find some sort of name mob to farm. Maybe get some loots. Do something cool. I don't know what. But hopefully we can get some necro stuff going. And then just keep pushing this ranger. It's going to be a lot of grouping from here out, though. I keep saying that and I keep soloing, but at some point, like, I can't imagine I'm going to solo this whole thing. I don't think so. It's just so easy and convenient. We still have gators to solo though, right? So we can still solo. Wait, that's a... Oh, forgot which character I was on. I need to get this guy some better bags. Which we're almost there. So we'll get a bag of Sown Evil out here soon. And then we'll eventually get the camp in Lower Guck, and we'll get the other bag as well. So we'll be styling there. Something you don't see sold very often is Shralak packs. You really don't. I bought one on the Necro when I saw it for sale. Anytime I see one for sale, I'll probably buy it. But people are doing it and keeping them for now. There's not like a surplus of them. But I don't really... every time I go by there, I see that there's somebody there camping it. And I'd rather just buy it. They're cheap. Like, I think I got it for like 300 plat or 325, if I remember, something like that. I don't know what the going rate is. I never see them selling. But that seemed really cheap. Now, they aren't as good as the other bags, and the other bags you only pay... I think people are selling the other bags for like 400 plat or something. And so you're like, well, you're only getting 25 weight reduction. And you're only saving like 100 plat or whatever. But the thing is, you can have multiple of them. The other ones are lower, so you're like one and done, so they're harder to move. But the Shralak packs are easy to move because you can stack them. All right, so this is the last kill. This is going to finish off our session here. Did I not? What happened? All right, we do have a one-handed sword. I feel like they do more damage to me. We're gonna like lay into them a bit. I feel like they do more damage to me when they have a one-handed weapon than a two-handed weapon. Even if they're not dual wielding, they just have one-handed weapon. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Maybe it's all RNG and I have no idea. It's probably more accurate there. Hopefully soon we find out more information on that 25th anniversary server though. And again, once that happens, once the information comes out, we'll peruse the, I'll probably do like a little short, like mini episode for no reason other than to just like read the forums and laugh at comments and concerns and stuff, and then just do that for fun one day. I might have to record that over a couple of days just to give like more time for more comments and more replies and stuff. Those forums are hilarious. Come on, man. We had to do one for the road. So I was here for a while, for, you know, most of a level, like maybe 70% or 65% or so. And never saw the Cyclops come through or the Gnolls, so they may not come through on this server. Or I just haven't been here long enough. Wasn't here for too long. It's only here for maybe a little over an hour. I say that and it's dark outside behind me, I just noticed. But that happens so quick. And there we go, we got the ding. So there it is. We are now level 26. We're getting closer to that level 30 where we will get our own and hopefully some more spells, another dot, you know, some stuff, some more tools to work with. And the closer we get to there, we are gonna kill some gators as long as we can get them. So hopefully I can bounce back, because the gators last for a while. So hopefully I can bounce back between gators and groups. And you know, and we'll just keep leveling this guy. We have time. I'm, you know, thinking about another alt in the future. I'm not really thinking about too much now, except for the Kunark pre-launch, which is going to happen a month before Kunark, which is June 1st. We're only in March. So, like 2.5 months from now, there will be the pre-Kunark launch where you can make an XR and you can get to level 50 and you can stay on Kunark. And there's some dungeons that are closed, like Sebelis, Karner's Castle, etc. And again, you can only get to level 50. And so we might make, we'll probably make an XR something. Like I have an XR monk on P99, so I feel like I can't make an XR monk. Obviously, I can't make a necro. I don't want an XR shaman. So it's like, what do we do? You know. So I gotta figure that out. Maybe a Shadow Knight. But, man, Ogre Master Race, my guys. I don't know. Something to think about. I will see you in the next episode.